rape, abuse, gang rape, abuse, alcohol, molestation, homosexuality, giving away my worth, to being mistreated, to verbal abuse, to whoremongering. That was me. That's what I did. That's who I was. And for me, I think growing up, I dealt with a lot of it. And a lot of it, God began to turn around my life when I was 24. And the biggest out of those things that I dealt with would probably be the molestation, because it happened by people who were family members and people that I knew. So that was one of the biggest things. And then also the homosexuality, that was something that I dealt with from the time I was 5 all the way to the time I was like 24. And so when I was 5, I had kissed a girl when I was 5. And when I was 12, I was having sex with other girls. And so that's what I knew best, or that's what I knew more, versus being in a relationship with a male or having an intimate relationship with a male. So when it came time for me to be delivered when I was 24, and I mean, it would be, you would see me in the boy clothes. And I went to church this way, like literally. I was a girl that stood outside of the church and was scared to go inside because I thought that people would judge me. So I spent a good, I want to say, almost a month and a half standing outside of the fence. And this is when I was at my first church, but I was standing outside of the fence, and I wouldn't go in because I thought that, oh, they're going to judge me, they're going to look at me and say, oh, you know, she's gay, she's a dyke, blah, blah, whatever. And I think a few weeks after, I began to stand inside of the gate, and some of the deacons would come outside, and they were like, you know, you ready to come in? We see that you kind of have been standing out here. And I was like, no, not yet. You know, I'll come in when I'm ready. And I think it went a few weeks, of that, and I finally made my way to the green box, which is this little box that sat right outside the door. And so I finally, went some weeks of that, and I finally stepped my foot inside the church, and it was just like, I didn't get any of that. And that's where you'll notice that the devil will try to take and distort that. And he'll try to make you feel like there's judgment inside the church versus there being judgment in the world. There's judgment wherever you go. But, I mean, they embraced me. They loved on me. They didn't care. And when I say I went to church in boy clothes, like Stacey Adams suits, the shoes, the ties, the jeans, the vests, the whole nine. But my time for deliverance came from me when I was 24. And I kind of sat down and I was real with God. And I was like, okay, God, I'm here and I'm at church. And I'm coming every Sunday, and I have people that tell me, okay, this lifestyle is not right? But nobody tells me why. Nobody can take me to the Bible and tell me, well, it's here, is where it is. And so I began to search for myself, and I said, okay, God, if I find this in the Bible, I'll quit. If not, I'm gonna keep living and doing what I'm doing. And it was just that simple for me. And I had a little notebook that I kept when I started, and lo and behold, I found it in the beginning of the Bible. I think Leviticus chapter 6, verse 18, where it says, man shall not lie with man as he lie with woman. And even in Romans, where it talks about the men giving up their natural use for a woman, and likewise the women giving up their natural use for a man, and then those people became reprobate. So for me, it's like I've been through a lot, and me gaining worth or having a sense of self-worth didn't come easy for me. And I realized my worth is found in God, and in Him forgiving me and letting Him know that I'm forgiven, and letting me know that no matter what it is that I went through, and I've been through a lot, He still loves me. And I get to take that same love that He has for me, and I get to take that same love and pour it out in other people. Because I feel like that no matter what, I feel like nobody's beyond being loved. Nobody's beyond being forgiven. Nobody's beyond not letting God love them. And it's like once you gain that, and once you know that God loves you like nothing else, matters, and that's what he's here for, and that's what we have forgiveness for, into forgiving other people, because sometimes we're holding up them being able to be free in God because we're not forgiving them. And it's not for us to hold anybody. And I'll tell you something that somebody else told me one day, and that's what helped me. It's like, how about you think about it this way? What if God forgave you the same way that you're forgiving other people? And what if he took as long to forgive them? What if he held those grudges for 20 years? Then that, for me, that's what it is. Forgiveness is empowering, because you gain a love and you gain a freedom in Christ that you can't get from anywhere else. So for me, I seek to forgive people every day, every hour, every minute, because at the end of the day, I want to be forgiven too, but people deserve forgiveness so they can live. And that's what it is for me.